this is where we put it, this is what we did, this is what this does, this is what that does. And it's, I mean, educational for me.
The voice of the customer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Voice of the Customer. Today I'm super excited to introduce you to some amazing customers who own a Ford, and I'm not going to put too many words in this because obviously you guys are the most important part. Tell us what year your coach is and maybe a little bit of the problems you had and what brought you to Henderson's lineup.
So I have a 2021 Tiffin Open Road. I have over 20,000 miles on it, and I didn't like the way it was handling, but I've always been on the fence on what to get done and when to get it done. We went to the Tiffin rally this year, and we went to SuperSteer, and we had Tommy come out and do a chassis inspection. And it's the only place I've ever been where an owner comes out and actually does physical inspection. So he crawled under the unit, did all the chassis inspection, and told us what we needed to get done. We were on the road all summer, so I figured, oh, I'll do this on my way home to LA. So we stopped here at Henderson lineup, and it's been a blast. They fixed all the problems that I had with porpoising and sway and handling, and we went out on a test drive afterwards, and the rig performed so much better on the road.
I love that. That was really good. So let's set the stage because this is a 2021, and prior coaches made by Ford had the V10, and they didn't have the larger sway bar. So now you have a larger 2-inch sway bar from the manufacturer. That's correct, right?
That's correct.
So if you own a newer one, you have to remember that even Ford realized there was a problem with sway on this coach, and they installed from the factory 2 larger front and rear sway bars. But what they didn't install, not we're thankful for, is they don't have a rear track bar. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you each individual part that we put on for their coach, and then what we noticed different on our drive. And then I can actually say, well, this is the part that solves that problem. And that'll be good for you guys when you watch this, that, you know, what parts do I need to put on my coach, and what benefit does that make sense for me? So let's do that. Let's show what we got. Okay, so here we are at the rear of the coach, and that blue bar is what's called a track bar. And so you've got this big box on top of this chassis, and it tends to shift back and forth, and we call that the tail wagging the dog. And that track bar is to secure that box from moving side to side. Now, did you notice any difference? Because you drove it 20,000 miles. When we took our drive, did you notice a difference on how that rear end kind of moved around in the back?
Oh, yeah, significant difference. Even my wife, who before would not even think about driving the motorhome, is starting to consider, hey, it's handling so much better. She may even start.
Wow, that's a huge win. Now, let's be honest, because when they came in, you said a word to me that you weren't really sure. What was that word?
Skeptical about this.
Right.
But I'm so happy we did this.
Right.
Yes, what a difference.
But it's not just one item, and we'll go through all of them, I assume.
Exactly.
It's a combination of all the different things that we did.
Yep.
Definitely does not rock like it was at all.
We call it synergy, all of them working together. So let's go around the back of this and show the different shocks. Okay, it's a little hard to finagle down here. At least we don't have to crawl on the ground.
Right.
So now you've got 2 new rear shocks, but made by KONI. And those were a little bit of a problem to get off. We had to cut the bolts off, and the guys, Donnie and Jordan, really helped with that. But this definitely is going to make a huge difference. And if you notice, this bar wasn't here before. This is called a rear auxiliary sway bar. So additional to the OEM sway bar, we have another sway bar, and you're really going to be able to control that rocking. And having a stronger shock by KONI, which is called the KONI EVO shock, it has dual dampening, more sway control. So tell me a little bit about the difference in the drive, because we went over some bumps and stuff. Did you notice a much difference in the sway?
Oh, significant, because we used to hear glasses and dishes like rocking back and forth. We tried it now, and we didn't hear any of that.
No clinging.
And we even went into the parking lot, which is going to similar to a Harvest Host, and we had no rock.
Yeah, it was all that bumping.
You still have a little rocking, but not the dishes and everything bouncing back and forth.
Exactly.
So that's great. So a lot more sway control.
One other thing too is I'm so glad that I came here to get the work done, because as you just heard, they had problems getting the shocks off, and I would not have been able to do that myself as a DIY. So I really recommend that if you have to get the work done, come here and get the work done. Get it done by professionals that really know what they're doing to install the product.
Oh my gosh, there's a serious problem right now.
Oh no.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I do. Look at that. You need to subscribe to this channel so you understand what your issues are and we can get them pointed out.
That's awesome, because 95% of you guys watching our videos are not subscribed.
That makes me sad.
So let's fix that problem right now. All right, let's go to the front. All right, so here we're at the front, and if you'll obviously notice, we put on a Safety Plus. A Safety Plus is exactly that. It's safety plus steering control, and it's meant for a tire blowout and also that centering force to keep you going down straight. Now, when we took that drive, did you notice a difference when you kind of let that steering wheel release that for a few seconds?
Yes, for a few seconds, and before it wouldn't stay straight as long. I did a count, and it was like 7 or 8 seconds before it even started.
Now, we don't recommend you letting go of the wheel for 7 seconds, but we were testing some things.
Try it.
So that's good. So Safety Plus works really good. And what's really nice is because you have that rear track bar on the back, now you have really precise steering because you're not fighting the box moving back and forth. And then you got the centering force of the Safety Plus. So you're really getting a dual benefit of those working synergistically together. That makes sense?
Yes.
All right. So let's move around to the front and show the last couple things we did.
This is where we put it. This is what we did. This is what this does. This is what that does. And it's, I mean, educational for me.
Okay. So here we are up at the front, and you obviously see that we have a KONI shocks up front as well. And those are way better than your OEM shocks, for sure. And then the radius rods are really great. There's a multi-benefit of that. Remember when we were driving down and you hit the brakes at that stoplight? What did you notice different when you were driving from the front?
When I hit the brakes, it didn't go forward as much as it used to.
Yeah.
So I felt more comfortable putting more brake pressure, and I felt like I was able to control it more and stop faster.
Now, the reason for that is Ford kind of was in a quandary. These bushings up here, if they made them too dense, then you're going to have to deal with a lot of the vibration, and it's going to be rough ride. So then they put softer bushings in there to kind of control that. But then, of course, you've got the leaf spring moving and flexing. And if you look at this demonstration right here, you're going to see how the leaf spring does move back and forth. And because of that, you've got that leaf spring just flexing. So what the radius rods do is they control the leaf springs from flexing, give you a lot more precise steering. And you obviously notice that when you do.
Yes, definitely.
That's great. Well, thank you guys for doing this video. I mean, we paid you 20 or 30 bucks just to say some nice things about us. No, just kidding. So we always have a last question that we ask people who watch the voice of the customer, because, I mean, obviously we're in business and we sell parts and stuff like that, and we think our products are pretty good. My question for you is, would you look at that camera, and if there's a Ford F53 owner out there, whether it's a V10 or V8, what advice would you give a coach owner that's kind of in your position that you were before you came here, and they're kind of on the fence? What would you offer them as advice?
I would say, hey, come out here to Henderson's lineup, get the evaluation done, and do what they recommend. And if you can't afford the whole thing, just do it in steps. Do it as you can fit it into your budget, but definitely get it done.
I'm very happy. And I mean, I have 100% trust in my husband because he does.
Well, you've been married 45 years. Yeah, something's working out.
And he does all that, and we maintain it. We do what we're supposed to. However, it is our home. We do drive it. If you were doing an upgrade on your home, you would not probably think twice about it. But this is our vehicle. And if it does need this upgrades to have us drive better and be more comfortable, it's well worth it. Well worth it.
Awesome. I couldn't ask for a better testimonial. And thank you for being the best part of our business. Without you, we wouldn't have a business. And thank you for watching this video. If you get some value from it, please like and subscribe. We already asked you to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that button. We could really use your help. And without you, we wouldn't have a YouTube channel. So hopefully you're getting value from this. One last thing I want to make sure you know about is on SuperSteerParts.com. There's actually a chassis solution center. No matter if you have a Ford or a Sprinter or any kind of coach, if you go to the chassis solution center, you're going to know all about your chassis and then what products actually solve those common problems like sway, porpoising, all those different things that we talked about. So if you get a second, go there and check that out. And thank you so much for watching this video. Until we see you in another video, we wish you safer and happier driving.
And I have to say, customer service is fabulous.
It's about the open road, living wild and free with
SuperSteer parts will all be tough. American built, yeah, that's enough. From Oregon hills to the sunset's glow, support the country you love.